Hello, my name is Dr. Lisa Kirby, and I'm the director of the Texas Center for Working Class Studies. And I'm happy to be here today with Amanda Wehrmann, who is one of our Student Writing Contest Award winners. Amanda is here today to present her paper, which is titled Time for Money Needs to Change. And before Amanda gets started, I wanted to just tell you a little bit about her. Amanda is an employee at Market Street at Waters Creek in Allen. Her major is animation, and she will be getting her AAS in animation and game arts this spring. Another thing about her is that she does have autism and did not talk until she was 7 years old. She has been educated on speech and writing, and her life has really, and I think her placing in this contest really shows all of her talents and what she's accomplished. She also likes to exercise and goes to the gym as often as she can. And we are so proud of Amanda and so pleased that she was one of our award winners. And we're looking forward to your paper today, Amanda.
Okay, here is my paper I'm going to present to you today. Okay. The tragedy of people living on the streets. Every year, homeless people live on the streets in an abandoned building or living under the freeway road and must survive by asking people for help. Some of them are lucky to support where to live, while others die from the weather outside, starvation, or disasters. They can also have severe hygienic issues and health issues as well. They need assistance with food and supplies in these challenging circumstances. Many people may not realize that homelessness is the number one priority on the agenda for the states and the country. The three subjects that I will explore today are the resources, educational opportunities, and the impact of COVID-19 for the homelessness. People who are homeless must face tough decisions on different resources that impact their health. According to the Homelessness Research Institute, HRRI, the purpose of ending homelessness is to understand better the different function of each person and how that impacts them properly and privately. For instance, older adults will increase during the next decade, making it harder for them to live. In Boston, the more aging adult homeless population will triple from 570 people in 2017 to roughly 1,560 by 2030. Study participants in their 50s found that they experienced geriatric conditions, e.g., memory loss, falls, functional impairments, at rates like members of the general population in their 70s and have formidable challenges like food insecurity, underemployment, racial discrimination, and limited education. The next research comes from a scholar stage journal on homeless women and children. 31 homeless women answer some of the questions about how life living in homeless affected their health and children. The research shows that women are living with the feeling of terror and ill. The data shows that children lack knowledge on the part of their mothers, and children were in foster care, adopted, or cared for by others. Even though the children are happy to have into a better home, they won't have a biological family to celebrate with or teach them anything. Recently, Medicare has helped out finding ways to end homelessness by implementing permanent supported housing (DSL) that help many people find homes. Many homeless people lack little education that can make a difference between living at home or on the streets. The first example comes from my personal experience in a community outreach store in Allen, Texas, that I enjoyed for 5 years. Starting in 7th grade, when I got into the National Honor Society, I wanted to help homeless people by organizing the food pantry, where homeless people come in and take the food they need for their families. It felt good to do that because I don't want them to starve out there and even bring the family closer together. The next example is about education for children. The researchers said that children could experience homelessness if they don't get education right away and share many ways with others. Disadvantaged children, they fall higher on a calculated risk continuum. Research also indicates real solace with many homeless students successfully in school or childhood education, screening, and access to quality programs are essential for preventing achievement disparities that emerge early and persist among them. Many students drop out of high school between the ages of 16 to 20 years old because their parents cannot afford them. This year, we all have experienced being left go from businesses and have even more people being homeless because people risk dying from that deadly virus, COVID-19. For example, many people who are experiencing homelessness are living in congregate settings. It is formal, IG shelters or halfway houses, or informal, i.e. in campus or abandoned buildings. It might not have regular access to necessary hygiene supplies or showering faculties, all of which could facilitate virus transmission. Also, the homeless people aged younger than 65 have all-cause mortality that is 5 to 10 times higher than that of the general population. COVID-19 infection might also increase this mortality disparity. For example, some of the United States cities with large homeless population, like San Francisco, have experienced public disproportionate issues, which might pose an additional transmission risk for people experiencing homelessness. Together, two potential vulnerabilities and risk for people experiencing homelessness in becoming infected, needing care, and transmitting COVID-19 cannot be ignored and must be planned. In response to COVID-19, the state of Washington has declared a state of emergency, allowing cities to take extraordinary measures, which has included King County to move people infected with coronavirus to housing units that were originally intended to provide housing for people experiencing homelessness. As other cities follow suit, these actions have not worked well in their favor. And homeless people have a greater chance of catching COVID-19. In my defense, more people are dying because of the deadly virus and have fewer chances of finding good homes for them to live by, causing the death rate to triple from 2019 since they contained the disease. And with people spreading around the coronavirus, they don't know when they will get it or will live at all. The homeless are always struggling with finding homes every year, and if people did not help them, they will not exist in this world. It would be like carrying the slaves from the BC period when Moses helped the slaves be free from being killed by the Egyptian king. If the government did not support the lower class, then they don't care for America at all, but themselves, meaning executing the homeless in front of people and see the reality of hate, just like what is going on right now, with homeless Black people being on the list of elimination by some police officers. The best way to turn things around is to have the government give people enough money for food plus clothing for them to live. They can live with their loved ones at a house or an apartment rather than on the streets. Next, the Black Lives Matter movement helps all people of color who are homeless to be heard and want justice from the government and the president. It will turn this world around and see that all people matter, even if they homeless. Homeless people are always having a hard time finding a place to live or finding comfort food to enjoy because of low or no money situation and need people to spare some to have enough for the day. The topic that I had described today is research on homelessness, educating individuals and family members, and the deadly virus coronavirus. The message to people who don't know, who don't care, is to think about what if their friends or family members are in trouble and need money, even if it is small business. It is small because without them, they are idiots. It would be like breaking up a friendship that they have built for a long time, and now it is over because of them not doing their part or helping others in need. That is why we must act together to save lives, even during the pandemic, because all lives matter, no matter if they are in suffocate or not. It is what we do in America.
All right. Thank you so much, Amanda. What a powerful paper. I really enjoyed that. I especially like that you, one, tied in your own personal experience with volunteering there. That's really wonderful. And I like that you looked at COVID-19 because obviously homelessness is a problem during any circumstances, but particularly during the pandemic, it's become even more serious. So that was a really thoughtful and well-written and well-researched paper. Thank you so much. Was it your experience volunteering that really helped you decide to write on this particular topic?
It some of it was about it, but I also thought about what is happening this year and what happened in this year, like the coronavirus. I thought about all these people out there who are suffering right now, and
Mhm.
if they don't get help, they're all gonna die, and that's no way to treat America like that, no matter what situation.
You are exactly right. Yes, we all need to be aware of those who are suffering in ways sometimes we can't even imagine. So I'm so appreciative of you bringing light to that issue. So thank you, Amanda. Again, congratulations on winning one of our awards in the writing contest, and congratulations to all of our winners this year.
Thank you very much.